Shut up and sit down.
And now, streaming live from the sunny Southern California coast, this is Options Uncensored.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve. Welcome to Options Uncensored. We're making real options trades in real time together. Let's get right into it. First things first, make sure you have your brokerage account open so you can follow along. Make sure you have your YouTube video quality set as high as possible. That way you can read the numbers a whole lot easier. Have a calculator ready so we can do some easy math. And finally, remember, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Happy Monday morning, everyone. Let's check out our open positions. We are short a Microsoft call spread, trying to get to 32. Right now, market's 89. We're down about $25. That's not bad. All our positions got a little bit murdered on Friday with our market rally, but today things are coming back in our favor, so no worries. These are all December expiration, okay? Next, our SPY, flat. What do we open it at? 64, I think, or something? So we're flat on the SPY position, slightly up. Roku, trying to get to 34, up $26 on this one. This should close hopefully any day now. Finally, Micron, we're down a bit on this one, down $30. That's not bad, trying to get to 18. This is a smaller spread. This is only a $250 spread. We'll keep an eye on these for the next couple days and weeks until they all close, okay? Great, let's see what new positions we can find. Let's start off with Boeing this morning, BA. Up big. I can't remember what the news was this morning. Something. China deal. That's why. So orders coming in from overseas. Earnings are January 24th, so we don't have to worry about earnings. Here's the chart, and we'll be looking at selling the call side on this one. It looks like it's already rallied up towards the 200-day and kind of bounced off that already. For December expiration, 32 days out. Have we sold the 220 and bought the 225? The liquidity looks okay on this one. It's not the best. Look at the 225 is 10 cent, 9 cent spread. This one's okay. We'll take 156 minus 92. Divide that by 2 and divide that by 500. 6.4% if you sold the call spread here. This one looks really good. We're going to keep this one marked on the call side, okay? Great. Next, we will move to ExxonMobil, XOM. I think they started a lithium mining project here. I don't remember where, but somewhere. Earnings are February 2nd. Yeah, developing lithium production in Arkansas. All right. Here's our chart. Let me look at the put side here. It's bounced here, now bouncing here. You'd have to sell the 95 and buy the 90. Is it worth it? 50 minus 16, divided by 2, divided by 500, 3.4%. I don't really want to sell the call side either. So why don't we check out, let's check out XOP really quick. Here's our chart. Again, bouncing off here. Let's see what the put side looks like. If you sold the 127 and bought the 122, that's 99 minus 50 divided by 2 divided by 500, just shy of 5%. So that's not as good as I thought it'd be. What about the call side? If you sold the 150 and bought the 155, that's 103 minus 47 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5.6. So you're getting paid more to sell the call side, but not by much. What's nice about this one, it's really good liquidity, so you can get in and out, filled, rolled, whatever you need. Next, we're going to look at Monday. MNDY. I think this is post earnings. 13th before the open. That's today. So earnings were this morning. They're up almost 9%. I'm not sure if this one has options or not. Selling the call side. It does. There's some volume here today, but it's not liquid at all. These spreads are too far. Close, but no cigar. Next, CrowdStrike, CRWD. Upgraded, that's why. Let's take a look at our chart here. Earnings for CrowdStrike are, that's the problem. Earnings are November 28th, about 2 weeks away. We're going to skip this one just because I don't like to open new positions so close to earnings. I'd rather be a month out or more. Next, Oracle. What do we got? Upgrade. Earnings are December the 11th. That's just about a month away. Right on the border here. We've had this big move up already. It's filled in this gap. Let's look at the call side. If you sold the 125 and bought the 130, that's 87 minus 37 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5% on the nose. Okay. Maybe skip the put side. The 105's too close. The 100's okay. It's a little far out, but 65 minus 31 divided by 2 divided by 500. Horrible. 3.5%. We're going to skip this one. Next. Novo. We've looked at this one a bunch. Down today. I thought there was good news on this one this morning. Earnings are January 31st. Here's our chart. Post earnings, that's great. Maybe sell something on the put side. Yeah. Oops. On the put side, if you sold the 90 and bought the 85. Not a lot of volume here. That's interesting. Some open interest, but not a lot of volume. I'd rather do Boeing. Let's move on. Tesla, TSLA, up 2%. Earnings are January 24th. Still kind of in no man's land, hanging around the 200-day. So I don't have any bias towards the call side or the put side. On the put side, if you sold the 185 and bought the 180, that's 223 minus 170 divided by 2 divided by 500. Put side's a no-go. It's only 5.3%. On the call side, if you sold the 250 and bought the 255, you're going to get paid more on this one. 298 minus 232 divided by 2 divided by 500. Nope, I messed it up. 299 minus 231 divided by 2 divided by 500. Yes, nearly 7% if you sold the call side. 250, 255 on the chart. Right about here. That seems fair. Awfully close, though. I'm going to pass on Tesla for now. Disney, really quick. I know they're post-earnings. Skip the call side. Skip the put side. We're going to skip Disney. Disney's done. We'll take Disney off the list. Tyson is next, TSN. Earnings were today before the open. Looks like they opened up down and rallied back. Nothing on the call side. Nothing on the put side. We'll skip this one. Next, K-Web. Chinese internet. I know there was a bunch of information out over in China about their Baba and Pinduoduo and all those stocks. Doesn't seem to be a lot of movement, though. If there was, it's already sold off. I'm still waiting for this one to move up a little bit more to like 28.5 to sell the call side. Next, DraftKings. Big post-earnings move. Maybe it's done. Let's look at the call side. We may have missed this one. You have to sell the 40 and buy the 42. 38 minus 18 divided by 2 divided by 200, 5%. This one's not worth it. We already missed the move. The 39 is awfully close. We could try the 39.42. That's 55 minus 18 divided by 2 divided by 300. That's 6.1. You're getting paid to get closer. 39 on the chart. I messed that up. 39 is right about here. Nah. Close. Let's move on. Following up on Coinbase now from last week. Post-earnings move already, so I don't have to worry about earnings. If you sold the 110 and bought the 115, that's 222 minus 160 divided by 2 and divide that by 500. 6.2 if you sold the call side. A lot of volume here, a lot of open interest. This is great. On the put side, we sold the 70 and bought the 65. That's 113 minus 66 divided by 2 divided by 500, 4.7. So you get paid more to sell the call side. Where's 110 on the chart? 110's right up here. Yeah. This one's interesting too. The call side. Let's move on. TWLO, Twilio. We're following up on this one post earnings. Call side. If you sold the 65 and bought the 70. 58 minus 18 divided by 2 divided by 500, 4%. We're going to take Twilio off this list. Finally, Trade Desk, TTD. Down 3%. Earnings were last week. So we had this gap down rally, and now the movement down is continuing. 53-ish. I'd rather wait to sell the puts at 53. If you sell the puts now, though, what is your strike? You'd have to sell the 55 and buy the 50. 79 minus 27 divided by 2 divided by 500. Only 5.2%. On the call side, if you sold the 70 and bought the 75, 72 minus 26 divided by 2 divided by 500, even worse, 4.6%. So we're going to skip Trade Desk. We're going to take it off the list. Let's go back to Boeing really quick, see where it's at. What were the strikes for this one on the call side? The 220. 220 is right here. All right, let's go to our IV rank scanner. Now we'll sort by volume. SPY is still down there. I've got my SPY position open. Let's see what we got going on right now. I like the call side still. If you sold something today, you'd have to open up the same one, sell the 456 and buy the 461. That's 123 minus 59. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 500. 6.4%. That's not bad. Trying to get to 32. That's the same deal I've got. Trying to get to 32 as well. Cool. So not much movement. On the put side, if you sold the 422, sell the 422 and buy the 417. That's 213 minus 157 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5.6%. So you're still getting paid more to sell the call side. Interesting. We've already had this big move up in the past 2 weeks. It's still going. Could keep going. All right, back to the list. NVIDIA has earnings on the 21st. So we'll follow up that one in about a week or so. The TLT. We haven't looked at the TLT yet today. Hasn't moved enough down. Marathon. Plug. It's past earnings, but it's a $3 stock. Ultra. It's got something. MO. Post earnings. All right. Nothing on the put side, nothing on the call side. Back to the list. Pfizer. They have their event on the 14th. Silver. The KRE. Lilly, we've already looked at Novo. Let's go on the next page. Coca-Cola. There's an event for Coca-Cola on the 28th. The Redburn Atlantic CEO Conference. John Murphy will present. KO. Nothing here. No. Okay, back to the list. Snowflake has earnings on the 29th. The GLD. The GLD is kind of just hanging out in no man's land. No movement today. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. We've already had our moves in GLD. Next. CrowdStrike on the 28th. GameStop? No. Novo, we just looked at. Avago, too high of a stock. Same thing, Adobe's got earnings coming up as well. Walgreens, no. What is this one? I don't know this one. Skip this one. The LQD. Enphase, no. Walmart. Walmart has earnings on the 16th. That'll be later this week. We'll follow up after earnings. Tyson, we already looked at. Go on to the next page. SMCI down 4% today. Let's take a look. Post earnings. The CFO sold stock. All right. Some volume here. If you sold the 210 and bought the 200, that's 400. Minus 265, divide that by 2, divided by 1,000 is 6.7%. That's interesting. On the call side, if you sold the 310 and bought the 320, you're not going to get paid for it. 445 minus 325 divided by 2, divided by 1,000, 6% there. So you get paid better on the put side. 210 on the chart. Right about here. Pass. Macy's. Macy's has earnings on the 16th. We just closed our Macy's trade a couple weeks ago. So I want to stay out of that one for a bit until after earnings. Moderna. Healthcare conference in London on the 16th. mRNA down 3%. Catching the bounce there. Next stop is around 58, 58.5. Maybe somewhere around 55, 56, 58. On the put side, you'd have to sell the 55. That makes sense. And buy the 50. The 50 is not very liquid, though. It's a 15-cent spread. What about the call side? If you sold the 80 and bought the 85. 97 minus 49 divided by 2 divided by 500. Not even 5%. Put side looks interesting. You just don't get paid. Not enough liquidity on the 50. JD. Earnings on the 15th. Penn. I already looked at Penn this morning. I don't think there's anything to do there. Bitcoin ETF. No, thank you. Spirit Airlines. Pepsi. Why is Pepsi on the list? Maybe earnings. Palo Alto has earnings on the 15th. That's in 2 days. Excellent. Riley's down 20%. RILY. Earnings are in February. Here's the chart. Fascinating. We may have to go to January for this one. The put side, you'd have to go past the 15, and there's nothing available in December. January, same thing. Maybe the call side. If you sold you'd have to sell the 32.5, and it's too illiquid over here. Close, but no cigar. Down 25%. That's great. Next, we look at Target has earnings on the 15th. We'll watch Target this week. Home Depot has earnings as well. Hopefully we'll have some big movers. Cisco has earnings. DVA. Up 6% today. Earnings are in February. Okie dokie. Bounce off the 200-day earlier today. On the call side, you'd have to sell the 97.5. Not terribly liquid. On the put side, same thing, 20-cent spread here. We're going to skip this one. Pinduoduo. We'll check out Pinduoduo and then go to one more scanner and then go back to Boeing. Earnings are on the 27th. We are too close. Okay, one more list here. MicroStrategies we already looked at. Target. Illumina. ILMN. I think we looked at this one on Friday. Post earnings. No liquidity. Zoom. Already looked at Riley. Boyle, no. Lab D, I don't know this one. LABD. No volume. I think we'll go back to Boeing. That's the best one on the list today. It's kind of moving back up. Earnings really quick. January 24th. Don't have to worry about earnings. On the call side, look at the 220, 225. 173 minus 101. Divide that by 2, divide that by 500. Now 7.2%. So we're getting paid more now that we waited. The 220 on the chart, right up here. That's fine. Okay, so we'll go here. We're going to sell the 220 and buy the 225 for December expiration. I'm going to go to verticals. The width is already 5. 220, 225 is right here. Wide spread on this one. And go to 81. Okay. So we're going to sell one December expiration, the 220 call, and buy one December expiration, the 225 call. That's a $500 wide spread. Credit of 81. We'll preview this. Sell one. Call to open, buy one, call to open. We're going to receive a credit of $81. That's important. We'll go ahead and send that one out. It's going to hang tight here. Start up to 84 now. Actually, let me modify. Let's take this up to 84. Preview this and send it out. It's going to cancel this one. And now we got 84. Okay. So go back to the chart here really quick. If it continues to rally today higher and higher, this 84 should get filled. But if it doesn't get filled, that's okay. We'll come back tomorrow, find something else. If it does get filled, 84 divided by 2, we'll set a buy to close order. Limit debit, good till canceled for 42 cents, okay? We're trying to make 42 bucks on this one. Like I said, if it doesn't get filled, no worries. We'll come back tomorrow. I think that'll do it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in every morning at 7:15 a.m. on the West Coast, 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. Subscribe and like. Tell all your friends that are trading options as well to tune in. We'll all trade options together. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning.